Chapter 1 Planet Awakening. Wang Yi yawned, lying on the class table, looking boredly at the textbook in front of him. The college entrance examination is approaching, and I feel restless, and I don't have the slightest thought of reading. Wang Yi, 18 years old, a student in class 3-10, of Lanling Middle School. Average looks, average size, average body, average grades, average love life. Actually, no. To say that the only unusual thing is that he is a time traveler. According to the characteristics of the time traveler in the novel, he should be an existence that hangs in the sky. But it is a pity that he is no different from ordinary people, except for a life of useless memories. In his previous life, he was a scumbag. In this life, he still did not have the fate of being a student. As the college entrance examination approached, he read the textbooks in front of him in line with the principle of sharpening his guns before the battle and losing his happiness. If you don't study hard, you will become a student next year. The college entrance examination is the day for all senior high school students to cross the catastrophe. Whether one can ascend to the upper boundary, university, or not must be tested by several divine thunders, examination papers. Wang Yi kept reviewing the knowledge points drawn by the teacher in order to score more points in the exam. But after watching for a long time, he found that he was not reviewing at all, but rather previewing new content. This knowledge point seems unfamiliar, but the acceleration of gravity does not know what it means, and there are English words like astronomy. All looking at the headache. Maid, if I knew I could travel through, I should have studied hard. In a fit of anger, Wang Yi stuffed all the textbooks in front of him into the desk, out of sight and out of mind. Take out your phone, open your browser, start Du Niang Tai Bar, and search for a post named National Planet, Online Communication. The post is very lively, there are all kinds of messages and comments, and the speed is amazing. Often, 10086 plus unread words will appear in a blink of an eye. Obviously, there are a lot of people like Wang Yi who are paying attention to the post of National Planet, Online Communication. Perhaps these people feel that they are free here, and they can brag, spank, hate others, and express their personal opinions without any scruples. The only disharmony is that the poster of the post will often come out to inspect. Once bad comments are found, choose to delete them. Seriously, those who make inappropriate remarks will be banned. Ban them from speaking in the post. Some people say that the landlord is overbearing, and posting is a place for freedom of speech. It should not rely on authority to block this, block that, and arbitrarily authorize. Some people support the landlord approach, and there is no rule without rules. Posts are not outside the law. If you want the post bar to exist for a long time, inappropriate comments must be deleted. Otherwise, the authorities will come out to rectify it. Of course, there are also some neutral existences like Wang Yi, who neither support nor oppose it, and are purely Buddhist spectators. Using their words, "It's none of your business, hang it high, don't worry about yourself, everything goes well." This is the faithful creed of Buddhist netizen. However, people who can leave comments on posts are not ordinary people. As the name of the post says, this is a post about the discussion of all people's planet, and every netizen in it comes here to learn about the existence of all people's planet. Wang Yi is no exception. His purpose of coming here is very simple, looking for content about Planet for All. Today is the day for him to awaken the planet, and there is no harm in learning more about the planet. Planet for All, a unique product of this world. Anyone who has reached the age of 18 has a chance to awaken the planet. The person who successfully awakens the planet is called the Planet Master, and will obtain the Creation Sandbox and Planet Energy, which are used to evolve the planet and create various civilization systems. Civilization evolves, and the planet owner will get the benefits of civilization. Those who fail to awaken the planet, lose the chance to become a strong person. Creation Sand Table, a model of the evolutionary planetary civilization system, has the ability to realize. Planet energy is diverse. Someone obtains the energy of the planet as martial arts true chi, and uses the creation sand table to create a martial arts civilization. The people on the planet are warriors. Someone obtains the energy of the planet, which is Xiandao Zhenyuan, and uses the creation sand table to create a fairy civilization. People on the planet are all practitioners. Someone obtains the energy of the planet as fighting energy. Using the creation sand table to create a fighting spirit civilization, the people on the planet are all fighters. Someone obtains the energy of the planet as soul power, and uses the creation sand table to create a soul civilization. People on the planet are all soul masters. It is magic for someone to obtain planetary energy. Using the creation sandbox to create a magical civilization, the people on the planet are all magicians. The civilization system of planetary evolution is related to the planetary energy obtained by the planetary owner. What kind of planetary energy is obtained, and the evolved civilization system will look like. Of course, the evolution of the planetary civilization system is not absolute, and some people will do the opposite. If the star energy obtained by the planet owner is martial arts chi, many people did not evolve martial arts world, but evolved ancient weapon war world or martial arts world. The idea of the planet master plays a crucial role in the evolution of planetary civilization. The size of the planet is related to the talent of the planet owner. Some people's awakening planet is very large, tens of kilometers, or even hundreds of kilometers. The planet where someone awakens is very small, only a few meters away, or even less than 1 meter away. Even if the diameter of the planet is too small, the status of the planet owner is higher than that of the person who failed to awaken. Those who have successfully awakened, the planet belongs to their own private territory. Those who failed to awaken did not. Some unlucky ones who fail to awaken will lose their lives because of this. But the vast majority of people who fail to awaken will become ordinary people, and eventually become laborers serving the planet master, with no chance to climb up. Awakening day is very important for everyone. One step to heaven, one step to hell. Today, it is very important for Wang Yi and other people who have reached the age of 18. Soon after, those in class 10, who have reached the age of 18 will follow in the footsteps of the old class and go to building A of the school for the planet awakening. It's a dragon, it's a worm, you'll know later. Hey Dazi, did you hear that? Goddess Sun Xiao from the next class just now successfully awakened the planet, with a diameter of 32 kilometers, setting a record in school history. Fuck, is it true? Of course it's true, I can still lie to you about this. I'm going, as expected of a genius in the school, this talent, really strong. That's right, no one can compete with Goddess Sun. With a diameter of more than 30 kilometers, it can definitely transform into high-level energy, maybe it can transform into heaven and earth aura. Aura of heaven and earth? This is a must for the evolution of the civilization of cultivating immortals. Could it be that Goddess Sun will become the first planet in our school to evolve the civilization of cultivating immortals? A sure thing. Hey, as soon as I wake up, the cultivation of immortals will start. I will wake up in a while, and I will be satisfied if I transform into the true energy of martial arts. Me too. Listening to the discussions of people around him, Wang Yi was also thinking about his awakening. I should be able to awaken a big planet. Building A. Awakening outdoors. A group of students over the age of 18 are whispering about awakening. For them, today is more important than the college entrance examination. It's a dragon, it's a bug, just watch for a while. In short, the waiting students had different expressions on their faces. Some are looking forward, some are excited, some are envious, some are nervous. Outside the crowd, Wang Yi stood behind the crowd, waiting calmly. Being a human being for 2 lifetimes, his mental quality is much better than these little kids. He has been traveling for a month, and he has long been used to the magic of this world. I was surprised when I first came, but now I am as calm as water. Click. The door of the awakening chamber opens. The last batch of awakened students came out in an orderly manner under the leadership of the teacher. The complexion is different. A person who has successfully awakened is full of joy and excitement, looking like a pie falling from the sky. People who failed to awaken, their faces were full of sorrow, their heads were downcast, and they looked lost. Some losers burst into tears as soon as they came out, as if a child had been beaten and cried extremely sadly. Wang Yi glanced lightly, then turned to look at the teacher at the door. He is the next awakened person, and when the teacher announces, he will go in with some people. The teacher noticed those crying students, frowned, and said, "The awakening of the planet is not the only way out, don't be discouraged if you fail. Go back and review carefully, the college entrance examination is what you should consider now." After finishing speaking, he looked at Wang Yi and the others, and said loudly, "The next batch of awakened students is ready, I will read their names later, stand in line at the door, and I will take you in later." The teacher paused and said, "Han Xiaolong, Lu Yunlong, Yang Ziai, Zhang Yishan, Song Zhihui, Wang Hongsheng, Wang Yi." Following the teacher's roll call, the students in the crowd walked to the door one by one, and consciously lined up. Wang Yi is among them. P.S. Veteran author, new book set sale, please support. End of this chapter. Chapter 2 Evolutionary Systems. After entering, don't whisper or whisper, wait for my arrangement. After the teacher called the names, he began to talk about the discipline of entering. To prevent some mischievous students from playing around and disturbing the awakening of others. Yes. Everyone responded. Go, enter. The teacher waved his hand and led Wang Yi and others into the awakening room. Bang! After the students entered, the door of the awakening room was closed, and everyone trembled for no reason. It would be a lie to say that I am not nervous. Whether you can become a master or not depends on awakening after a while. Everyone settled down, with the transparent crystal ball in front of them. It should be used for awakening, right? Wang Yi looked at the crystal ball in front of him and thought to himself. Students, the crystal ball placed in front of you is for the next awakening of the planet, and it contains the original power of the planet's awakening. The teacher in charge of awakening and guiding the students saw Wang Yi and others sitting down, and spoke. After a while, you adjust your mentality, put your hands on the crystal ball, and the original power enters your body through the palm of your hand. During this period, you don't have to do anything, just wait patiently for the planet to awaken. If the original power is exhausted and the planet is not awakened, it will be regarded as a failed awakening. Remember one thing, regardless of whether the planet is awakened or not, it is not allowed to make loud noises in the awakening room. Violators will be expelled from school. Teacher Awakening paused for a moment, looked around with stern eyes, made sure that no one had any objections, and continued, Students, please put your hands on the crystal ball in front of you. Teacher Awakening glanced at everyone. Hearing this, everyone put their hands on the crystal ball in front of them at the same time. Wang Yi is no exception. Wang Yi was stunned, a cool feeling rose from his palm and quickly spread all over his body. Wang Yi almost cried out in comfort. Is this the original power? Suddenly, Wang Yi's eyes went dark, and his consciousness appeared in a grey space. There is nothing around except the grey mist. Awakening space. Wang Yi has heard people talk about the appearance of the awakened space, but he has not experienced it himself, so he is not very sure. However, he still knows about the birth of the planet from the awakened space. Looked around for a while, but didn't see any planets being born, and felt a little disappointed. Some talented people, when the awakening space appears, the planet will be born automatically, without artificial awakening. He has no planets here, indicating that he is not a one-in-a-million genius. Although it was expected, but when things really came to this, I still feel a little bit disappointed. Wang Yi took a deep breath, got rid of distracting thoughts, calmed down, concentrated, and carried out the planetary awakening. The process of planetary awakening is not complicated, nor does it take long, just a few minutes. During this period, no matter the size of the awakened planet, it represents success. Otherwise, it will fail. The size of the planet depends on the individual's talent. Talented people, the awakened planet will be bigger. People with average talent will have a small awakened planet. People with poor talent basically cannot awaken the planet. 5 minutes later, Wang Yi opened his eyes. There was a gleam of joy on his face. It's done. He could clearly feel that in the depths of the awakening space, there was an extra soybean grain. Not surprisingly, this soybean is the planet he awakened. Although small, it is a sign of the successful awakening of the planet. Yes, better than nothing. Besides, this is not the final form of the planet, but just a prototype, just like the embryo of a cell. In a few minutes, the planet has absorbed the energy in the awakened space, and it will be finalized. However, according to the current size of the planet, the volume after forming will not be too large. 3 minutes later, the planet took shape and was suspended in the awakening space. The whole body is grey, with a volume of about 1 kilometer, only the size of a small square. Small, can't be any smaller. Well, Wang Yi felt helpless. Fortunately, there is no senior traveler here, otherwise he would be laughed out of his teeth. For a dignified traveler to awaken such a small planet, really lost the face of all traversers. The more Wang Yi thinks about it, the more depressed he becomes. Other traversers are all kinds of tricks, but when he comes to him, he is just one. It's not normal to be on a horse. Never mind. Let's see what energy can be transformed first, shall we? The birth of a planet is just the beginning, and the transformation of energy is the kingly way. Whether a planet can evolve civilization depends on whether it can convert energy. As for the creation sand table, it can only be born after the energy of the planet is transformed successfully. All in all, the awakening of the planet requires 3 steps. Step 1. Awaken the planet. The second step, energy conversion. Step 3. The Genesis sandbox is born. The first 2 steps are very important and cannot be separated. Monitoring room. The principal, director, and head teachers of each class gathered together to pay attention to the situation in the awakening room. The star awakening ceremony is not held every day, but about once every 6 months. Every time, the school attaches great importance to it. At this time, they were expressionless, looking calmly at the big monitor screen. Actually, they were full of tension, even more nervous than those students in the awakening room. No way! The number of people who successfully awaken the planet is related to the head teacher's performance appraisal. Don't be nervous, no. Suddenly, the radio in the monitoring room rang. The initial awakening of number 3 was successful, and the diameter of the planet is 12 kilometers. The initial awakening on the 25th was successful, and the diameter of the planet is 7.5 kilometers. The initial awakening on the 13th was successful, and the diameter of the planet is 13 kilometers. The initial awakening of number 36 was successful, and the diameter of the planet is 7.9 kilometers. Not bad. Hearing the continuous notifications on the radio, the principal smiled slowly on his face. The number of awakened people in this batch is obviously more than the previous batch. Yes. The director echoed and said, this group of students is not bad. Although the head teachers of each class did not speak, they all stared at the members of their own class and secretly checked the numbers that were broadcast. Suddenly, a voice attracted everyone's attention. Student number 2, the diameter of the planet is 29 kilometers. 29 kilometers. The head teacher of class 5 heard the radio and shouted excitedly, my class. This number 2 awakened person is a student in his class. As a teacher, how can I not be happy to hear this explosive news? 29 kilometers. The principal was also shocked, and then said in surprise, another genius, Not bad, not bad. Although it is not as amazing as Sun Xiao's 32 kilometers, he is still a genius and worth cultivating. The director echoed with a smile. Congratulations! Teacher Gong, another genius came out of your class. Yes. Teacher Gong, your class has done really well this year, I'm jealous. Congratulations! Gong Yuming, the head teacher of class 5, smiled all over his face, showing false modesty. It's not enough, it's far behind Sun Xiao, and we still have to work hard. Everyone heard Gong Yuming's showing off, and although they were not angry, but the students were not up to date, no genius appeared. No matter how big the anger was in their hearts, they had to endure it. The headmaster shook his head and smiled as he listened to the evasion of the head teachers, but did not stop him. Scenes like this happen every year. As the principal, he must be fair and impartial and not favor any party. Feng Shui turns around. This year Gong Yuming is so sad, next year she may cry. Such things have happened many times in the past. I see more, so I don't care. Student number 5, the planet has successfully awakened, with a diameter of 0.9 kilometers. Instantly. The monitoring room became silent, and everyone's eyes were on the big screen in the monitoring room. The head teacher of class 3, Chu Shulai, murmured subconsciously, the diameter is 0.9 kilometers. It's less than 1 kilometer. This is probably the lowest record in history. Gong Yuming, the head teacher of class 5, nodded, it is indeed broken. The previous record was 1.3 kilometers. Fourth class teacher Wang Yelai sighed, such a small planet, I am afraid it is difficult to convert energy. It's not that I'm afraid, it's definitely. According to the Yanhuang Federation's announcement, a planet with a diameter of less than 1 kilometer has a 99.999% chance of not transforming into planetary energy, let alone giving birth to life. The director took over and directly denied everything about student number 5. It's a pity. Li Wanlin, the head teacher of class 10, sighed inwardly, with a look of unnaturalness on his face. Because, number 5 is a student in his class. Being unable to transform life, giving birth to life means that the awakening has failed. The principal sighed slightly, which class is he in? My class. Li Wanlin said. Yet. The headmaster nodded and said, after the awakening is over, go and calm him down. Yes. Li Wanlin knew the meaning of the principal's words, and was afraid that student number 5 would be overwhelmed and do stupid things. After all, the situation of number 5 was hit harder than those students who failed to awaken. He didn't awaken the planet at all, he did awaken the planet, but because the diameter of the planet was too small, he couldn't convert energy, and life couldn't be born, so he was judged to have failed the awakening. In this case, the blow is even greater, and it is easy for some people with poor psychological quality to go to extremes. Awakening indoors. Wang Yi couldn't feel the energy transformation for a long time, and while he was anxious, he also felt unwilling. The planet cannot transform energy and cannot give birth to life, which means that the awakening of the planet has failed. Afterwards, there will be no chance for the planet to awaken. In this life, Wang Yi was born in an ordinary family. If the awakening of the planet is not successful, you can only work for other planet owners in the future, just like the servants of the ancient landlord's family, with no status and dignity at all. Wang Yi doesn't want to live such a life, but if he can't successfully awaken the planet, his fate is doomed. Ding dong! At this time, a crisp mechanical sound sounded. It is detected that the host is awakening the planet, and the God-level evolution system is officially activated. Ding! Starting, 1%, 13%, 29%, Wang Yi was taken aback for a moment, then realized, system. My cheat. You are finally here. 100%. The God-level evolution system has started. The voice just fell. Phew. A blue holographic projection appeared out of thin air, and Wang Yi looked instinctively. Planet owner, Wang Yi age, 18 years old, sex, male. Occupation, student. Planet name, none. Planet level, 0. Planet diameter, 0.92 kilometers. Planet species, 0. Evolution route. Every person who has successfully awakened the planet has a planet data panel, which is the creation sandbox of the evolved planet. Wang Yi's situation is quite special. There is an additional evolution route on the attribute template, and a creation sand table is missing. Obviously, his situation is different from others. Wang Yi read it carefully and asked, "Did I decide the evolution route of the system?" "Yes." The system said. "Evolve anything." Wang Yi thought for a while and asked again. "Yes." "Then evolve." P.S. Old author, new book, please support. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. I choose to evolve a prehistoric civilization. Then evolve. Wang Yi was stunned when he was about to talk about the evolution of cultivation civilization. The system says that any civilization can evolve. Choosing a cultivation civilization is a bit low grade. According to the laws of planetary evolution, the higher the life forms born after the planet awakens, the stronger the vitality of the planet, the better the development prospects, the more brilliant the evolved civilization system, and the more benefits the planet owner will get. Cultivation civilization is good, but compared with prehistoric civilization, fantasy civilization, Xiangxia civilization, it is not a little bit worse. Now there is a god-level evolution system to assist, why not choose advanced civilization evolution? But when choosing the evolution of civilization, Wang Yi had a difficult time. Whether it is prehistoric flow, fantasy flow, or other genres of civilization, they are all good choices. Any evolution is stronger than the known civilization system in this world. But you can't choose a civilization system blindly, you must choose a system with a complete system and strong combat power. Only in this way can more benefits be obtained. If you really have to choose, Wang Yi will first choose prehistoric flow and fantasy flow. The former has a complete system, while the latter is powerful. It is difficult for him to judge which of the two is stronger and which is weaker. In previous lives, people from the two schools often compared the two. Some people insist that the Great Barren Stream is strong, while others think that the mysterious stream is the ceiling of combat power. But one thing is certain, the worldview, rules and order, framework structure, and cultivation system of prehistoric flow are more complete than fantasy flow. The Great Wilderness has a complete system from the beginning of the unsentence of Hongmeng to the end of the Dharma ending era. There are many eras included in it. There is the era of chaos and demon gods and the era of chaos, the era of Pangu opening up the sky and the evolution of prehistoric times, the era of killing beasts, the era of mythology, the era of immortals, the era of comprehension, the era of raging gods and ghosts, the era of science and technology. Every era is connected extremely smoothly without any loopholes. On the other hand, fantasy flow is a bit worse than prehistoric flow on the whole. As long as Wang Yi evolves the prehistoric civilization, he will definitely become the most beautiful boy in the world. Not to mention being the boss of the planet masters, at least he will become the overlord of one party. Therefore, Wang Yi decided to evolve the civilization system of the Great Wilderness. First, the system of the Great Wilderness is perfect, so don't bother thinking about it, just copy it. Second, there is no need to worry too much about the beginning of the Great Wilderness. As long as the planet becomes a chaotic world, there is no need for him to rack his brains to catalyze the birth of life. Besides, as far as the current situation is concerned, the prehistoric current is more suitable for Wang Yi's awakened planet. Prehistoric civilization, here I come. Wang Yi calmed down and began to sort out the evolution process of the prehistoric civilization system. This moment, his thoughts were unusually clear. First judgment of Hongmeng, birth of chaos, 3,000 demon gods, Pangu opening the heavens, Great Tribulation of Beasts, First Tribulation of Dragon and Han Dynasty, Conflict between Dao and Demon, Hung Jun Preaching, Conferment of the Holy Throne, War of Liches. Between 3 or 2 breaths, Wang Xian sorted out the plots of the prehistoric system one by one in his mind. Hu Wangyi took a deep breath and said, "System, let's talk about the conditions for the evolution of the prehistoric civilization system." Ding! The planet owner needs to provide planet energy to evolve the prehistoric civilization system. Hearing the system's reply, Wang Yi frowned. He was not very satisfied with this reply. The prehistoric civilization system can indeed evolve, provided that there is planetary energy. I want planetary energy, so I still need you. The planet he awakened, so far, has not yet had planetary energy transformation, which cannot meet the requirements of the system. System, tell me about other methods. Wang Yi said. Planet Master has 3 choices. 1. Use the remaining power of the original source to catalyze the birth of the planet, expand its diameter, and let it naturally transform the energy of the planet. Success rate, 0.001%. 2. Transform the remaining original power into planetary energy, and through the catalysis of the God-level evolution system, life forms are born and the prehistoric civilization system evolves. Success rate, 0.01%. 3. Transform the remaining original power into the energy of chaos, improve the environment of the planet, and create the foundation for the birth of prehistoric creatures. Success rate, 99.999%. Hearing the 3 evolution routes proposed by the system, Wang Yi chose 3 without hesitation. The success rate is as high as 99.999%, which is equivalent to being sure. Don't choose this, should you choose the first 2? His brain is not rusted. His planet is in a dead silence, which is equivalent to the place of nothingness in the first judgment of the primordial, where time, space, wind, fire, lightning and other elements do not exist. The power of the original source transforms the air of chaos to transform the planetary environment and create the conditions for the birth of prehistoric creatures, which is similar to the scene of the birth of the chaotic demon in the prehistoric novels seen in the previous life. When the planet is transformed into a chaotic world, 3,000 chaos demon gods can be catalyzed. However, he does not have a creation sand table, and cannot evolve the civilization system through the creation sand table like other planet owners, and needs to use the God-level evolution system to proceed. With the current size of the planet, it is obviously not suitable for the birth of chaos god and demon. Therefore, he wants the system to transform the primordial power into the chaotic air, and try its best to transform the planet so that it meets the conditions for the birth of life on the planet in a short period of time. System, transform the remaining original power into chaos gas, all used to improve the planet's environment. Wang Xian stabilized his emotions and expressed his thoughts. Ding! The original power is transforming, please wait a moment, I'm happy to patronize, I forgot to ask about the system function. Wang Yi squeezed his chin, with a smile on his face. System, let me introduce your function. Ding God level evolution system. Functions include, energy conversion, planetary evolution, time acceleration. Remark. Energy conversion, any energy can be converted into the energy needed by the planet owner. Planet evolution, according to the needs of the planet owner, evolve the world framework, build rules, design order, and catalyze creatures. Evolved the ultimate civilization. Time acceleration, the evolution time can be accelerated according to the needs of the planet owner. The current acceleration time ratio is 1:10,000, 1, 1 million, 1, 1 billion, 1, 100 billion. Gone. After waiting for a while, Wang Yi said in surprise when he didn't hear the system sound. Gone. Just this function. Wang Yi said speechlessly. Other systems have various functions and types, so how come there are only 3 of your own systems? Reminder, the God-level evolution system can evolve all civilizations, but the more powerful the civilization system, the more rules, orders, creatures, etc., and the more time it takes to evolve. Don't act too hastily, lest the civilization system discover too quickly and cause the planet to collapse. The planet collapsed, and the owner of the planet suffered a backlash. The young become ordinary people. For those who are serious, the body will die and the road will disappear. Therefore, the process of civilization evolution needs to be rigorous and not rush for success. In order to prevent the world from collapsing and encounter backlash, the lower foundation determines the superstructure. The better the basic framework, the more perfect the rules, the more detailed the order, the easier it is for civilization to evolve. Wang Yi has a God-level evolution system and a complete prehistoric memory, so nothing will go wrong. The prehistoric system has distinct levels, one link after another, and it will never end. As long as the planet is not destroyed by external forces, Wang Yi can infinitely evolve the prehistoric civilization. Ding! The transformation of the gas of chaos is completed, and the transformation of the planet begins. Hearing the prompt from the system, the corner of Wang Xian's mouth twitched. Once the prehistoric civilization appears in the world, it will be earth-shattering. System, adjust the time scale by 1/10,000,000,000. Wang Yi never imagined that there would be a day when he would create the world and evolve civilization. Still created the prehistoric civilization of China in the previous life. Really, the world is unpredictable. P.S. New book by old author, please support. Tickets. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. He smashed the planet into pieces? Ding! Your original power is insufficient, and the time flow rate of 1:10,000,000,000 cannot be used. In order to complete the first transformation of the planet, the system presents a time acceleration of 1:10,000,000,000. Reminder, there are still 3 minutes left to awaken the planet. Please prepare the planet owner for your psychological expectations. A gift package for beginners. Wang Xian smiled. Although 3 minutes is not long, it has a time ratio of 1:1 billion. Converted into minutes, there are 3 billion minutes. Converted into hours, there are 50 million hours. Converted into days, there are 2083333.3333 days. Converted into years, there are 5,707.762557 years. These times are enough to evolve the planet into a chaotic world. After all, the son of Dao, Pangu, is only 18,000 years old. He has a third of the time, enough for the planet to evolve. It's a pity that the power of the original source is insufficient, otherwise, with a flow rate of 10 billion times, it will definitely be able to catalyze 3,000 chaos demon gods. After all, in theory, as long as there is enough original power, time can be accelerated indefinitely. However, even if there is enough original power, few people will do this. The evolution process of the planet is like the growth of a baby. Excessive catalysis is prone to backfire. If it is serious, there will be premature death. So, in the absence of absolute certainty, all planet owners will choose to play it safe. After all, there are many cases of planetary collapse. Before, there was a college student with good talent, because he wanted to quickly transform the planet, evolve advanced civilization, and use 10 billion flow rates. As a result, the catalysis was too fast, causing the planetary ecosystem to be unable to bear it. All creatures died, the civilization system withered, and even the planet owner and the planet were destroyed together. This is a blood lesson, no one will take it too hastily. But Wang Yi is not afraid of this. He has a complete prehistoric system and a God-level evolution system. As long as the origin is sufficient, he can infinitely use tens of billions of flow to transform the planet and evolve prehistoric civilization. Boom! Suddenly, there was a loud noise. Wang Yi's less than 1 meter long planet suddenly exploded, and countless grey gases erupted from above. In the blink of an eye, it merged with the surrounding grey mist, and there was no trace of the existence of the planet at all. This is... Wang Yi's expression changed wildly. Just as he was about to ask, the system's voice rang. Ding! Planet evolution has entered the second stage, transforming the chaotic world. I see. Wang Yi suddenly realized that the planet was too small to meet the conditions for the birth of creatures from the prehistoric civilization, and the system blew him into chaos. Tau begets 1, 1 begets 2, 2 begets 3, 3 begets everything. Chaos. Everything is possible. Monitoring room. The principal and others stared at the big monitor screen, talking and discussing a few words from time to time. Said that this student has good qualifications, and that student's planet has a large diameter. Suddenly, a hurried voice came from the radio. Student No 5's planet has collapsed. Medical personnel are requested to enter the awakening room for rescue as soon as possible. Instantly, the monitoring room became completely silent. All eyes are on the number 5 position on the big monitor screen. How so? Li Wanlin's expression was serious, and before he had time to say hello to the principal, he turned around and ran out, towards the awakening room. Wang Yi is his student, and if something happens, he can't explain it to Wang Yi's parents. The head teacher of Class 3, Chu Shulai, is Wang Yi's teacher. After hearing the news, her face changed wildly, and she murmured, "His planet is the Death Star, why did it suddenly collapse?" This sentence is undoubtedly a question, and it is also where everyone is puzzled. A planet with a distance of 0.92 kilometers cannot even convert the energy of the planet, so it shouldn't collapse. Why did his planet collapse? Go and have a look. The headmaster's face is not good looking. There is indeed a risk of falling during the process of awakening the planet, but as the headmaster of Lanling Middle School, he doesn't want students to have accidents when the planet is awakened. Yes. Everyone walked out of the monitoring room and walked towards the awakening room. Awakening indoors. The teachers in charge of awakening all came to Wang Yi's side with horrified faces to check his situation. He didn't dare to take his hands away from the crystal ball rashly, for fear of being backlashed by the original force inside the crystal ball and causing secondary damage. The teacher in charge of Wang Yi's regional awakening looked at Wang Yi suspiciously and said, "What happened? Wasn't he fine just now? Why did the planet collapse suddenly?" "Have no idea. Logically speaking, his planet shouldn't collapse. What went wrong? Do you see the problem?" Okay. While several awakening teachers were discussing, the director awakening spoke to stop the discussion and issued an order, "Don't care how his planet collapsed, let the doctor look at his condition first to determine whether his life is in danger. If there is, send someone to notify his parents to come, so that he can be given a ride, if not, find out the cause of the planet's collapse as soon as possible." "Yes, Director." A few awakening teachers heard the words and backed away one after another, letting the doctor who came in check the situation. Soon, the doctor put down the instrument in his hand and said, "The child is fine, don't worry." "Hey!" Director Awakening breathed a sigh of relief when he heard the words. "It's fine." After that, he looked at the awakening teacher in charge of Wang Yi's area, and said, "Go, turn down the recording of the awakening instrument, I want to find out the reason for the collapse of the planet." "Yes, Director." The awakening teacher heard the words, turned around and walked to the console, entered the password, and began to call the video in the number 5 awakening crystal ball. Bang! At this time, the door rings. Li Wanlin walked in hurriedly, looked at the awakening director and teacher around Wang Yi, and immediately asked, "Director Chen, what's going on? Why did my student planet suddenly collapse?" Unable to awaken the director and others to answer, the principal pushed the door and walked in with a group of class teachers. Like Li Wanlin, they went straight to where Wang Yi was. The principal looked at Director Awakening and said, "How is the child?" It's okay. It doesn't affect life, said the director of Awakening. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief when they heard the words. People safe is good. The planet is blown up, let's blow it up. This is a Death Star, as long as it doesn't affect anything. Hey! The principal let out a long breath, looked at Director Awakening, and said, Old Chen, you are also a veteran, and this kind of thing shouldn't happen. Hurry up and figure out the cause and effect. The Death Star cannot transform the energy of the planet and will not collapse. This is something everyone knows. Wang Yi's Dead Star collapsed. As the principal, he has the responsibility and obligation to know the problem. I have asked Xiao Li to retrieve the video of the Awakening device, and I will know the reason in a while. Director Awakening's complexion was not good looking, and he was reprimanded by the principal in front of everyone, which somewhat made him unable to step down. But this happened during the Awakening period, and as the director of the Awakening room, he could hardly escape the blame. Principal, Director, the video is tuned up. Xiao Li's voice sounded in vain, interrupting the principal's reprimand. Go and have a look. The principal took a deep look at Director Awakening, and walked towards the equipment desk first. There are surveillance videos there, and he wants to figure out the cause and effect of the planet's collapse. Li Wanlin and others followed closely behind. Everyone came to the console and was startled when they saw the broadcast on the monitor screen. Then his face became weird. Is this kid crazy? How did he smash the planet into pieces? Li Wanlin became furious when he saw the picture on the screen. If he hadn't been in the Awakening room, he would have scolded Wang Yi as an asshole. Although there is no Death Star, it is easy to break the soul if it is smashed rashly. It doesn't matter if he died, how can I explain to your parents? Bastard, I will clean you up later. This child is really worrying. I don't take my own life seriously. Mr. Li, after the Awakening is over, you educate this child and let him know the importance of life. Yes. Facing everyone's good words, Li Wanlin responded one by one. He can't tell what he's suffering now, and he can only consider himself unlucky to have a student like Wang Yi on the table. Okay, now that the matter is clarified, let's leave. The principal stopped everyone's discussion, waved his hand, and said, we will talk about everything after Awakening. After speaking, he looked at the director of Awakening and said, watch, be careful, don't let something like this happen again. Yes. Director Awakening nodded. The principal shook his head, and led Li Wanlin and others to the Awakening room. The awakening of the students is not over yet, so it is inconvenient for them to stay too long. Wang Yi, who caused this incident, did not know that he was tricked by the system, nor did he know what happened outside. His eyes are shining now, staring at the center of the chaotic world, where there is a 36 cyan lotus flower. Although it is not big, the appearance of Qinglian indicates that his chaotic world has evolved into. P.S. New books by old authors, please support, votes, recommendation tickets, favorites. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Everyone doubts the planet has awakened. Seeing Qinglian appearing in the vast chaotic world, Wang Yi couldn't help but be overjoyed. The birth of Qinglian indicates that the awakening of the planet has been successful. Ding! The air of chaos is exhausted, the time for awakening the star is over, and the acceleration of time stops. The diameter of the planet is 33.3333 kilometers. Just as the system's prompt tone finished, several values on the holographic projection light curtain changed. Planet owner, Wang Yi. Age, 18 years old. Sex, male. Occupation, student. Planet name, Chaos, temporarily, planet level, level 1. Planet diameter, 33.33333 kilometers. Planet species, 1, 36th grade chaotic green lotus, evolution route, none. Planet energy, none. Although only the chaotic Qinglian was born as a living body, it cannot sustain high quality. The vitality emanating from Qinglian alone is enough to surpass thousands of creatures on ordinary planets. Once Qinglian matures, her vitality will definitely reach terrifying levels. When the time comes to transform into planetary energy, it must be described as massive. Through the deduction of the god-level evolution system, the son of the Dao and the 3000 Chaos Demon gods can definitely be born. Once the Chaos Demon god is born, his planet will become the leader of all the planets in this world. Even those geniuses who are famous throughout the empire cannot match it. This is the power of prehistoric civilization. At the same time, the awakening of other people outside is also coming to an end. When awakening, the original power is exhausted, which means the awakening of interest is over. No one can violate this rule. Wang Yi's consciousness broke away from the awakening space, returned to his body, slowly opened his eyes, and saw the students around him waking up one after another. Some were happy, some were sad. Different expressions. Obviously some people have successfully awakened, and some people have failed to awaken. The success rate of planetary awakening is not 100%. Counting some planets that are too small, have no potential, cannot transform planetary energy, and cannot give birth to life, only a small number of people have truly successfully awakened planets. Classified according to the planetary energy transformed by the diameter of the planet, there are 4 levels, namely, low-level energy, medium-level energy, high-level energy, and rare energy. Low-level energy mainly includes strength, internal force, stellar energy, etc. Intermediate energy mainly includes qi and blood, vitality, true qi, spiritual power, battle qi, mental power, soul power, etc. Advanced energy mainly include Yuan Li, Reiki, origin qi, dragon qi, magic power, star power, etc. Rare energy mainly include space, time, chaos, etc. The bigger the first awakened planet, the more advanced the energy transformation. Among the students who have successfully awakened, most low-level energies have been transformed, followed by mid-level energies, only a handful of high-level energies, and very few rare energies. At the same time, the director of the awakening room spoke, "Students, don't leave your seat, wait for the teacher to finish counting, and leave in a unified way." After finishing speaking, signal to teacher awakening to start counting. Yes. Several teachers nodded and began to make final statistics in their respective areas. Number 1 awakened successfully, and the final diameter of the planet is 11 kilometers. Number 2 awakened successfully, and the final diameter of the planet is 29 kilometers. Number 3 awakened successfully, and the diameter of the planet is 12 kilometers. Number 4 failed to awaken. Number 5 awakening is wrong. The diameter of the planet is 13 kilometers. The teacher in charge of Wang Yi's area will read out the registered results aloud every time he completes a registration. When he comes to Wang Yi, he subconsciously announces failure. But when he saw the kilometers displayed on the awakening instrument, he was stunned. 33.3333 kilometers? How is that possible? Teacher awakening thought he was dazzled, so he rubbed his eyes, but seeing that the first number on the awakening instrument was still 33.3333 kilometers, he couldn't help being surprised. What's wrong? His exclamation successfully attracted the attention of the teachers and students in the awakening room. Director awakening frowned, and looked at the area where Wang Yi was. He was anxious that it was this student who made a moth just now, and almost lost his position. He awakened successfully. Mr. Awakening heard Director Awakening's inquiry, but he didn't dare to hide anything, and reported Wang Yi's situation. What? Director Awakening was also surprised. He hurriedly walked from the front to the number 5 position where Wang Yi was. Looking at the words 33.3333 kilometers displayed on the awakening instrument, he murmured in surprise, it really succeeded. Go, call me his awakening video. Yes. Teacher Awakening immediately walked to the Awakening main station, where there are all records of Wang Yi's awakening. I'm making wool. Wang Yi looked at Director Awakening and the others speechlessly. Will a planet be awakened soon? As for being so surprised? Country bumpkin. Students around also cast curious eyes. Their consciousness just now awakened the planet in the awakening space, and they didn't know about Wang Yi's situation and the exclamation of the awakening teacher. What's the situation? Why is the awakening of this person so surprising to the awakening teachers? I do not know. I seem to hear that the diameter of this person's awakened planet is 33.3333 kilometers, maybe this is it. Possible. Another genius. Which class is this kid from? Please make friends with him in the future. Class 10, I've seen it before. In the monitoring room, the principal and others watching the big screen saw the completion of the students' awakening and were waiting for the report of the situation in the awakening room. When they suddenly saw the awakening director and others walking towards Wang Yi, they couldn't help frowning. It was this kid who made the moth just now, and now Director Awakening walks in, can't help but think something happened again? The principal picked up the microphone in the monitoring room and asked, Old Chen, what's going on? The awakening director Lao Chen heard the principal's voice coming from the loudspeaker in the awakening room, and immediately walked back to the awakening platform, picked up the microphone, and said, Student No 5's final awakening planet has a diameter of 33.3333 kilometers. I think it is abnormal. Let Teacher Zhang go get the video. When the principal and the teachers heard Director Awakening's words, their faces showed disbelief. How can it be? Isn't his planet broken? How could it be successful? Did Director Chen make a mistake? Really? The principal also felt that things were a bit outrageous. How could a broken planet show success, something unique? Old Chen, are you sure? The principal asked. See clearly, the content displayed on the awakening instrument is 33.3333 kilometers. The director of awakening, Old Chen, answered firmly, but then changed the topic and said, it is possible that the equipment is malfunctioning, and I will call down the recorded video. Well, tell me the result after reading it. The principal also thinks that the equipment is malfunctioning, but everything is not absolute, so we cannot generalize it. Yes. To be continued. P.S. New books by old authors, please support, votes, recommendation tickets, favorites. End of this chapter. Chapter 6 A Blue Lotus surprises everyone. Xiaozhang, how are you doing? Is the video record called up? Director Awakening put down the microphone, looked at Teacher Zhang at the Awakening Instrument Center, and asked with a frown. Tune out. Teacher Zhang said. Put the video out. Director Awakening said, I want to see what the problem is. Yes. Teacher Zhang nodded. Phew. A blue light beam shot out from the instrument console, reflecting on the video wall in the awakening room. Seeing the picture displayed on the video wall, Wang Yi's face changed. Mad, this thing can actually record the pictures of the awakened planet. System, won't it be exposed? Wang Yi was secretly worried. However, his worries soon dissipated. What appeared on the screen shocked him. Isn't this too small? The planet he awakened is extremely small in the picture, and if it wasn't for the light that appeared, he wouldn't have noticed it. A student with a low laughing point saw the scene in the picture and couldn't help but burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, is this a planet? Why does it look like soybeans? I can't do it anymore, my stomach hurts from laughing. How can such a small planet be 33.3333 kilometers? The instrument is wrong. No way. I thought he was a genius at first, but I didn't expect him to be as good as my 3 kilometers. Is this funny? Break the record. It is estimated that since the establishment of the school, there has never been such a small planet. Laughter was like a fuse, quickly igniting the excitement of the students in the awakening room. Some people couldn't help but sneer, even those students who failed to awaken the planet couldn't help laughing. What can such a small planet do? It is better not to wake up. Ignorance. Listening to the ridicule and sarcasm from the people around him, Wang Yi snorted coldly, "Your jaws will be shocked later." Boom! Suddenly, there was a loud noise. The planet less than 0.92 kilometers away was suddenly shattered by Wang Yi, turning into countless grey gases and scattered in all directions. In the blink of an eye, it merged with the surrounding grey mist, and there was no trace of the existence of the planet at all. Fuck! Seeing the picture of myself smashing the planet, Wang Yi couldn't help but swear. Obviously it was broken by the system. How did it become broken by Lao Tzu? Fuck! Is this guy crazy? How did he smash the planet into pieces? Are you angry? Possible. Although the planet is small, it is still a planet. He smashed it so directly, he is not afraid of the death of his soul. You are stupid. If he is afraid of death, will he smash the planet? Is this kid going to smash the pot? Damn! Is this something people do? Strange, his planet is broken, how can the number of kilometers of the planet be displayed? Who knows? The teacher in the awakening room did not show any surprise after seeing this scene. But there are no students who have seen this scene. Everyone was shocked. Shocked by Wang Yi's operation. When the planet is awakened, no matter whether it can transform the energy of the planet or give birth to life, no one will smash the planet into pieces. Before, some people thought that the diameter of the planet was too small, and it was broken and reawakened. As a result, when the planet was shattered, the soul of the planet owner also disappeared, and there was no time for rescue. With this blood case, no one dares to smash the planet again. Wang Yi's behavior of smashing the planet, in their view, is audacious. Nima, the system is cheating me. Seeing that the system did not appear, Wang Yi's hanging heart finally let go. But he was left speechless by the coquettish operation of the system, and the picture of the broken planet was made by him, really. Dumb-eating Coptus. I can't tell you how hard it is. Boom! A loud noise came out again. Everyone's eyes turned to the film and television wall, staring at the grey picture, trying to figure out the source of the loud noise. Soon, a sharp-eyed student exclaimed, "Hey, what is that?" Everyone was puzzled. Following the student's voice, a cyan light appeared in the center of the grey awakening space. It's hard to find if you don't look carefully. The gas is converging towards that cyan light point. Another student exclaimed. Really converging? How can it be? How could the energy of chaos in the awakened space be mobilized? Could it be that a new planet will be born in that position? Impossible. What happened? I do not know. While everyone was puzzled, they all turned their heads to look at Wang Yi, and found that he was staring at the picture with a confused face, as if he didn't know the scene. Director Awakening saw this scene, frowned, and said doubtfully, "What happened? Is there really a new planet born? Won't there really be a new planet born?" Not only Director Awakening was puzzled, but also several awakening teachers beside him. Some people even speculate that this is a precursor to the birth of the planet. Otherwise, it is impossible to explain Wang Yi's awakening of the 33.3333 km planet. Not a new planetary awakening. Keep watching, you'll find out later. The Director of Awakening thinks that it is impossible for a new planet to be born. He has been in charge of the work of the awakened planet in Lanling Middle School. He has a lot of experience. Based on past experience, he directly denies the matter of the awakened planet. All the awakened teachers nodded after hearing the words, and stopped talking. Look, there is a blue lotus flower. After about 30 seconds, a cyan lotus flower slowly appeared in the cyan light. Although it was not very big, with the cyan light shining, many people could see the lotus flower appearing. Cyan lotus. Where? How could lotus grow in the awakening space? Fake. Isn't his planet broken? How could life be born? Isn't the awakening space unable to give birth to life forms? How did his lotus flower come into being? Is that cyan lotus not a living body, but a planet? Impossible. Everyone can only awaken the planet once, and there will be no second awakening. That cyan lotus flower looks like a living body. How did he do it? Could it be that he smashed the planet just for this moment? When all the students saw the lotus flower appearing, they all lost their composure, and regardless of the teacher in the awakening room, they started discussing one after another. Several students who were closer to Wang Yi asked more questions. I don't know either. Of course Wang Yi will not tell them the truth, pretending to be ignorant. No matter who asked, he said he didn't know. Phew. The screen freezes, and a triangle appears in the middle. Indicates that the time has finished playing. What's the situation? Director Awakening and other teachers frowned. The only content that can be seen in the video is Wang Yi's behavior of smashing the planet, and the rest have no reference value. Director Chen, have you read the record? What's going on? At this moment, the headmaster's voice sounded from the loudspeaker, interrupting Director Awakening's meditation. He picked up the microphone, shook his head and said, "It's a bit complicated." Complicated? The principal's hesitant voice sounded from the loudspeaker. Why is it complicated? This. Director Awakening didn't know how to explain to the principal, so he had to look at Wang Yi, who was in the 5th position. Silent for a while, said, "I need to ask student No 5. To be continued. P.S. New books by old authors, please support, votes, recommendation tickets, favorites." End of this chapter. Chapter 7 Result Announcement. After listening to Director Awakening's narration, the principal also felt that something was wrong. Implement it as soon as possible, and then tell me the situation. Yes. The Director of Awakening nodded, put down the microphone, strode up to Wang Yi, and asked, "Wang Yi, tell me about the process of your awakening the planet. I want to find out about your awakening situation." Awakening situation. Wang Yi knew why the Director of Awakening came to ask him. His situation was different from others, and he belonged to a special group. Not only was the principal ordered, but he himself wanted to know. Nothing special. It's the same as what's shown on the screen. Wang Yi pretended to be puzzled and looked at Director Awakening in front of him. He is not stupid, he will not tell everyone the details of the planet's awakening. It is better to be alone than to be happy together. The Director of Awakening frowned. This was not the answer he wanted, and continued to ask, "Tell me the details of your awakening space, I want to know what you did after smashing the planet." "I didn't do anything. I just stood inside and waited," Wang Yi subconsciously said, but seeing the sharp eyes of the Director of Awakening, he immediately changed his words and said, "I thought the awakening of the planet was too small to be transformed into a planet. Energy, I just want to smash it into pieces and reawaken the planet. Afterwards, I tried to reawaken the planet until the original power was exhausted and the time was over, but the awakening was not successful." Wang Yi explained what happened after the smashing of the planet. 90% of the content is fiction, and only 10% is true. He didn't want to tell his true situation, so as not to become the research object of Director Awakening. That's it. Director Awakening frowned. This answer obviously did not match his expectations. That's it. Wang Yi nodded. Nothing special happened. Director Awakening asked unwillingly. Nothing special happened. Wang Yi nodded. What happened to that blue lotus? Why did it appear in your awakening space? Director Awakening looked into Wang Yi's eyes and asked word by word. I don't know. If I didn't watch the video, I wouldn't even know Qing Lian appeared, Wang Yi said blankly. Okay. I got it. Director Awakening nodded, turned around and walked back to the main station of Awakening Instruments, staring at the blue lotus flower on the screen for a long time, then slowly said, continue to register, Wang Yi's situation is to be determined. Yes. Ms. Zhang and others heard the words, and they all walked back to their respective areas and began to register the students' awakening. 10 minutes later, Wang Yi and others left the awakening room, and the corresponding awakening explosion meter was sent to the principal in the monitoring room. The grades of this batch of students are good. More than half of the students have successfully awakened the planet, which is obviously better than the previous batch. Not bad. The headmaster looked at the awakening situation on the report and praised with a smile. Liang Shuang, Tang Yuchen, Hao Lighting, and others from the first class have awakened planets with a diameter of more than 20 kilometers. If you train them well, you will be able to achieve future success. Hearing the words, the teaching director also echoed with a smile, yes. The qualifications of this group of students are really good, even if they get all the high school comparisons, they can still be ranked first. The rest of the class teachers also echoed, yes. The students whose planet diameter exceeds 20 kilometers are all geniuses. The probability of converting high-level energy is very high. It is worth cultivating. Li Wanlin was not in a particularly beautiful mood listening to the discussion and showing off. It is reasonable to say that their class has a gifted student with a distance of 33.3333 kilometers, and he should receive applause and praise. But this student's situation is a bit special, and it is considered to be pending. It is temporarily uncertain whether the awakening of the planet is successful. As a teacher, he felt helpless. Wu Kikai, the head teacher of Class 8, looked at Li Wanlin with an old face, and smiled slightly. What's wrong, Lao Li, are you still worrying about your students? Li Wanlin glanced at Wu Kikai, and said angrily, what do you think? He. Wu Kikai chuckled, and said, I don't think there will be any mistakes in the awakening equipment. Over the years, the awakening equipment has never failed. I think your student is a Onanamillion genius. I would like to borrow your good words. Li Wanlin was in a bad mood and had no intention of talking. This group of students has 10 students in their class. Except for Wang Yi's awakened planet, which is 33.3333 kilometers, only 5 awakened successfully. The highest diameter of the planet is 12.8 kilometers, and the lowest is 5.5 kilometers. The remaining 4 did not succeed. The awakening rate is 60%, which is considered a good result. But compared with other classes, it's a bit unsatisfactory. It's not that the number of people is not good, but the quality is not good. The students in other classes with the highest planetary diameter almost reached 20 kilometers, or more than 20 kilometers. The highest in his class was only 12.8 kilometers, which is not a star and a half. If Wang Yi's awakening planet counts, his class 10 is definitely the brightest kid, but according to the principal and others, they obviously don't want to recognize Wang Yi's record. He thought about arguing with reason, but seeing Wang Yi's awakening, he really didn't have the confidence to go to the principal and others to argue. In the current situation, we can only wait for the test results from the maintenance master. Look out, don't always take advantage of your face. Wu Kikai pretended not to hear Li Wanlin's perfunctory tone, and continued, if you think this student has embarrassed you, how about giving him to me? I don't dislike it. Li Wanli frowned, glanced at Wu Kikai, and said, it's a good idea, no matter how bad Wang Yi is, he is still my student. Do you think I will give up on him because of his poor grades? Hey. Wu Kikai smiled slightly, changed the subject, and said, I knew you were reluctant. Also, people with a planet with a diameter of more than 30 kilometers are super geniuses. Once it is confirmed that there is no problem with the awakening device, you will see Bao. I hope. Li Wanlin sighed. It's not a hope, it's a certainty. You have to have confidence in the awakening instrument. Wu Kekai looked at the big screen in the monitoring room. Two maintenance masters were repeatedly testing the number 5 awakening instrument with professional equipment, and they would communicate from time to time, like it's like discussing something. Old Li, have you ever thought that once it is confirmed that there is no problem with the awakening device, your students will be able to identify super geniuses? There will definitely be a lot of jealous people at that time, you'd better prepare in advance to avoid students being robbed. After all, there are very few people who can awaken planets over 30 kilometers away. The diameter of your student's awakened planet is still 33.3333 kilometers, and it will be absolutely sure to transform into high-level energy at that time. If you cultivate the guidance properly, you will be able to create a high-level civilization when the time comes. The benefits will be beyond imagination. Right at this moment, the principal's voice came out, "Okay, everyone, stop talking about it, Lao Wang is going to announce the results." "I'll do it now." Director Wang nodded, and then left the monitoring room. "Principal, don't you wait? Wang Yi's situation has not been confirmed yet," Li Wanlin said with an ugly expression upon hearing this. The principal glanced at Li Wanlin, expressionless, and said, "Wait, his situation is special, we'll talk about it later." "But..." Li Wanlin wanted to say more, but was stopped by Teacher Wu. "Old Li, do as the principal tells you." To be continued. End of this chapter. Chapter 8 1.5 million Yanhuang coins reward awakening outdoors. As soon as Wang Yi came out of the awakening room, he heard the students waiting outside discussing a lot, and he knew it clearly, this is the announcement of the awakening result. That's right, just before they came out, the big screen of Awakening World had already successfully awakened the planet, and the information of the students with the larger diameter of the planet was displayed. Can be regarded as an incentive. Tang Yuchen, the diameter of your awakened planet is actually 29.5 kilometers. You almost reached the 30 mark. Cowhide. Brother Tang, don't forget us old classmates when you become prosperous in the future. Yes. Yuchen, we won't be able to attack after awakening, you have to take care of us for the sake of your classmates. A tall and handsome student laughed and said, "No way. How could I forget you? I will never forget you if you are rich or honored." Hypocrisy. From this person's reply, Wang Yi could feel his hypocrisy. "How lighting, you are amazing. You almost caught up with Sun Xiaoyu." "Yes. Li Ting. You are so good that you even passed the 20 kilometers mark. When we develop in the future, we can't forget our little sisters." On the right side of Wang Yi, a group of female students surrounded Hao Lighting in the center, and they kept asking for their health. Like the students around Tang Yuchen, they all said wealth and wealth, don't forget each other. Hearing this, Wang Yi shook his head. A group of people who have never experienced beatings in society will never know the reality of this society. At this time, the dean in suits and leather shoes came over, looked at the noisy students, coughed lightly, and said, "Ahem, please be quiet, I will announce the results of these students now." Everyone fell silent after hearing the words. Everyone turned their eyes to the folder in the hands of the dean. Seeing that everyone was quiet, the dean nodded slightly, and said loudly, "The awakening results this time were good, more than half of the people successfully awakened the planet. Several of them even reached more than 20 kilometers." As the dean's voice fell, everyone turned their attention to Tang Yuchen, Liang Shuang, Hao Lighting, and others. Genius! People whose planets have a diameter of more than 20 kilometers are all geniuses. As long as they don't make waves, their future achievements will definitely not be low. Associating with such people can get unlimited benefits. Cough cough cough. Just then, the radio in the corridor rang. "Attention, students, an announcement is broadcast now. A classmate just now had a awakening planet with a diameter of 33.3333 kilometers, which directly broke the school record. Due to special circumstances, it was not included in the awakening report card. Now, I would like to congratulate this classmate. There is no problem with his awakening. The final score is 33.3333 kilometers, becoming the first place in this awakening. Maybe you already know who the classmate I'm talking about is. That's right, he is Wang Yi from class 10. Now, let's congratulate Wang Yi from class 10 with warm applause. The headmaster's cadenced voice came out from the radio, immediately quieting countless students. The students surrounding Tang Yuchen, Liang Shuang, Hao Lighting, and others turned their gazes to Wang Yi, who was standing in the corner with a calm expression. Some people may not know about Wang Yi's situation, but those students who were in the same awakening room as Wang Yi, when they heard the principal's announcement, they immediately expressed doubts as if a pot had exploded. Got a mistake? Didn't it mean that his grades don't count? Why did you say the broadcast was successful? Principal, did you make a mistake? Isn't his grade determined by the director of awakening? Didn't the dean say that his awakening failed? Why do you say he succeeded? His cyan lotus is counted as a planet. Real or fake? I'm going, Wang Yi, have you really awakened successfully? It shouldn't be. Didn't you just announce that you failed? Why did you say you succeeded in a blink of an eye? Can't you make a mistake? 33.3333 kilometers, is this against the sky? Goddess Sun is only 32 kilometers away, is it true or not? Break the record set by the students of Lanling Middle School not long ago. Created a new record for Lanling Middle School. Cow. Dot. The dean looked at the small horn above his head in bewilderment, and ran through countless horses in his heart. What are you doing? The front foot asked me to announce the results, but the back foot said that he broke the school record. What about playing? Not only did he have this kind of heart, even those students who didn't know the situation felt that they had heard it wrong. Their Lanling Middle School actually produced another student with a planet with a diameter of more than 30 kilometers, and they even blocked Goddess Sunday. How can this be? Although it is only more than 1 kilometer longer than Sun Xiaoyu, it is still more than 1 kilometer. The level directly surpasses Goddess Sun's talent, reaching the ranks of enchanting geniuses. This. Not real. All eyes were on Wang Yi, with different expressions on each face. Some are amazed, some are envious, some are unbelievable, some are jealous, some are puzzled. In short, this result surprised everyone. Who is Sun Xiaoyu? Lanling Middle School is unique and genius. Since she stepped into Lanling Middle School, she has been a proud girl who cannot be touched by everyone. But in front of Wang Yi's 33.333 kilometers, I am still a little sad. Not only that, Hao Lighting and others who had attracted much attention from the public have also become eclipsed. Well. Hao Lighting looked at the indifferent Wang Yi, and sighed in her heart. At first I thought there was no opponent for this awakening, but I didn't expect Cheng Yaojin to come out. Liang Shuang stared at Wang Yi, thinking to himself, what a quiet guy. Damn it! Tang Yuchen clenched his fists and looked at Wang Yi viciously, full of unwillingness in his heart. The size of the initial planet is nothing. When I evolve civilization, I will crush you. Zhang Yude looked at Wang Yi with an intriguing smile on his face. Interesting. Ahem. The voice of the principal came out again on the radio. Student Wang Yi, come to the principal's office with Director Li. Student Wang Yi, let's go. The teaching director waved to Wang Yi. Wang Yi followed the dean to leave Building A and headed all the way to the teaching building. When he came to the front of the principal's office, the dean stopped and said, "Go in, the principal is waiting for you inside." After finishing speaking, he turned and left. Wang Yi reached out and knocked on the door. "Come in." A slightly majestic voice came from inside. Crunch. Wang Yi pushed the door open and entered. At a glance, he saw the principal sitting behind the desk, Wang Shuchen. A veritable master, a fourth-level planet master. Wang Shuchen changed from his usual majesty, with a kind smile on his face. Seeing Wang Yi coming in, he stood up and said kindly, "Come on, classmate Wang Yi. Come, sit on the sofa over there." "Thank you, principal." Wang Yi has been a man for 2 lifetimes, and he still knows how to deal with the world. Without restraint, he walked to the sofa and sat down. Good temperament. Seeing Wang Yi's natural and calm appearance, Wang Shuchen nodded secretly. Not arrogant or impetuous. Is a seedling. It's no wonder that it suddenly appeared and became a dark horse. It is indeed extraordinary. Student Wang Yi. Wang Shuchen said, "First of all, congratulations, you have created a new record for Lanling Middle School." "Thanks." For these, Wang Yi didn't care too much. From the moment he decided to evolve the prehistoric civilization, he had already thought of this scene. Wang Shuchen saw that Wang Yi's words were cold, and he was not engaging in formalism, so he went directly to the topic. According to the school's regulations, students whose planet's diameter exceeds 30 kilometers will be rewarded with 1 million Yanhuang coins. Later, please provide your account number, and I will transfer the finance to you. 1000000. Wang Yi's eyes narrowed slightly. He really doesn't know this. Although 1 million is not much, it is also a lot. For children from ordinary families like Wang Yi. Definitely a lot of money. That's right, 1 million. Wang Shuchen nodded, plus your result this time broke the historical record of Lanling Middle School, so the school decided to give an additional reward of 500,000 yuan. Add up, a total of 1.5 million. To be continued, end of this chapter. Chapter 9 No Attribute Energy. This Wang Yi was a little intimidated by the number of Yanhuang coins, and he was given 1.5 million Yanhuang coins for the first awakening. If this prehistoric civilization is evolved, the bonus will not be astronomical. He was right in thinking, if the prehistoric civilization was evolved, he would indeed be able to obtain astronomical figures. But there is a premise: he has to register the information so that people know that the prehistoric civilization was evolved by him. Wang Yi took a deep breath to calm down. After all, he is a man of 2 lives, and his mental quality is stronger than many people. After calming down, he looked at the smiling principal opposite him expressionlessly, pondered slightly, and asked, "Principal, can these rewards be exchanged for cost sources? Reward me with the power, I want the power of the source." 1.5 million Yanhuang coins are indeed a lot, and they can improve the existing living conditions after getting them. But thinking about it is not as realistic as the source of power. The power of origin, the official price is 1 million per copy. His 1.5 million Yanhuang coins can also buy one. Rather than finding a way to buy it yourself, it is better to get it at school. Save time and effort. Principal Wang Shuchen was stunned, looked at Wang Yi in surprise, and asked in confusion, "In exchange for the power of the source? Don't you consider using this money to improve your current life?" As the principal of Lanling Middle School, it is easy for him to obtain Wang Yi's files. According to his thinking, with the current situation of Wang Yi's family, 1.5 million Yanhuang coins can definitely change his living conditions. Even if it is not used to improve daily life, it can also be used to purchase planetary resources and evolve planetary civilization. Wang Yi chose to exchange the original power, which puzzled him. Although the power of the source is very important, it is a must for awakening the planet, but for a planet owner like Wang Yi who has just awakened the planet, exchanging the power of the source is not a particularly conscious choice. He should give priority to planetary resources and cultivate more life forms, so that the planet can develop brilliantly until a splendid planetary civilization evolves. Wang Yi shook his head and said firmly, "My planet is a bit special, and the power of origin is more useful than planetary resources." Wang Shuchen looked at the determined Wang Yi, frowned and said, "Are you serious?" "Yes." Wang Yi nodded. "Okay." Wang Shuchen stopped insisting, "I happen to have the original power, so I will give it to you as a reward." After finishing speaking, he took out a beautifully packaged box from the desk drawer, handed it to Wang Yi, and said, "The original power is inside. I don't know why you choose to exchange the original power. As the principal, your teacher, I want to remind you that although the power of origin is good, it cannot be relied on too much. Planetary evolution requires planetary resources and planetary energy. In addition, the meticulous evolution of the planet master does not rely on the power of the source. Don't go astray in order to save time and effort." Wang Shuchen may not be clear about Wang Yi's thoughts, but as someone who has experienced it, he wants to tell Wang Yi what he can do and what he cannot do, to prevent Wang Yi from going astray and wasting his super talent. "Thank you, principal, for teaching. I won't." Wang Yi took the box, put it away directly, and did not open it in front of Wang Shuchen. "This is still discerning." Wang Shuchen saw Wang Yi's behavior and praised, "Yes, you are neither arrogant nor impetuous. I am optimistic about you." Then he changed the subject and said, "By the way, Wang Yi, what is the initial energy you awakened?" Wang Shuchen stared at Wang Yi and said, "If it's not convenient to disclose it, forget it. The direct size of the awakened planet is just an appearance. The key depends on what is the initial energy of the planet transformation. The higher the initial energy level, the greater the potential of the planet, and the more advanced civilization system can be awakened. On the contrary, you can't. Generally speaking, a planet with a diameter of more than 30 kilometers in the initial planet will evolve into an advanced civilization if nothing else happens, and even a super civilization may evolve. The diameter of Wang Yi's planet is 33.3333 kilometers, which meets the basic conditions for the birth of a super civilization. As the principal of Lanling Middle School, he naturally wants to find out what type of Wang Yi's initial transformation energy is, so that he can judge how to allocate resources for cultivation in the next step. Wang Yi. Wang Yi was taken aback. He didn't expect the principal Wang Shuchen to ask this. Generally, few people would ask what the initial energy of the planet master is. He looked at Wang Shuchen, pondered for a while, and said, "The energy I awaken is a bit special, different from most people's." Wang Yi said something cryptically, without telling his actual situation. Although Wang Shuchen is his principal, he is only his principal, and the degree of intimacy is far from the point where he can pour out his heart and soul. Wang Shuchen's eyes lit up, and he immediately guessed, "Special? How special is it? Could it be that the energy you awakened is rare energy?" When he was speaking, his eyes were fixed on Wang Yi, and there was a hint of anticipation and excitement in his words. If it is rare energy, then Wang Yi's future will be limitless. Since the establishment of Lanling Middle School, no one has obtained rare energy. Once it is confirmed that the energy awakened by Wang Yi is rare energy, their school history will definitely be broken, and their school's popularity will be enhanced, thereby attracting more students to sign up. As the principal of Lanling Middle School, he will naturally look forward to it. Wang Yi heard the expectation in Wang Shuchen's words, but he shook his head and said, "Principal, I'm afraid I will disappoint you. The energy I awakened is not a rare energy." Wang Shuchen heard the words, his excitement cooled down instantly like pouring a basin of cold water, but he still had a little luck in his heart, thinking that it was not a rare energy. According to Wang Yi's planetary realm, it was at least a high-level energy. Advanced energy is also good, and a powerful advanced civilization can be created in the future. Wang Shuchen said tentatively. Wang Yi continued to shake his head and said, "It's not advanced energy." Wang Shuchen's face and smile froze instantly, and he felt a little unbalanced. "It's not high-level energy, what is that? It can't be intermediate energy, right?" Wang Shuchen has been the principal for decades. He quickly adjusted his emotions, took a deep breath, and said, the intermediate energy is also very good. Many advanced civilizations start from the intermediate civilization. It's not an intermediate energy either. Wang Yi shook his head again. It can't be low-level energy, right? Wang Shuchen looked at Wang Yi, and the eagerness in his eyes dissipated immediately, replaced by disappointment. However, he still opened his mouth to comfort, saying, low-level energy is also fine. With the size of your planet, there is still a chance to evolve an intermediate or advanced civilization in the future. Wang Shuchen's consolation was a bit reluctant, unlike just now. It's not low-level energy either. Wang Yi shook his head again, facing the disappointed Wang Shuchen. He had no choice but to truthfully say, the energy I awakened is somewhat special and does not belong to the existing energy system. What exactly it is, I don't know. This Wang Shuchen felt a lot more comfortable when he heard the words. Fortunately, it was not low-level energy, otherwise it would be useless. Tell me about the energy characteristics, let me see if you know. Wang Shuchen asked. It's beyond description. Wang Yi shook his head and said. It can't be described, why? Wang Shuchen was puzzled. All energy systems can be described in words. He felt that Wang Yi didn't want to tell him. Because it has no attributes. Wang Yi's energy does not have any attributes, everything depends on the degree of civilization evolution. It is currently the Qi of Chaos, but it will become another energy attribute in a short time. He didn't want to tell Wang Shuchen about these contents. So, here comes the sentence no attribute. No attributes. Wang Shuchen looked at Wang Yi and said, you didn't lie to me, did you? No. Wang Yi shook his head. If it's true, then your situation is indeed a bit special. Seeing that Wang Yi didn't seem to be lying, Wang Shuchen couldn't help believing it, but it was the first time he heard about energy without attributes. In this way, due to your special situation, your results will not be announced at the 100 DAY mobilization meeting for the time being. Wait for things to be cleared up, I'm making it up for you. Wang Shuchen thought for a moment before speaking slowly. It's okay. Wang Yi doesn't care about these false names, what he wants is practical things, such as the power of the source, planetary resources, etc. Leave the false name to the young kid. To be continued. End of this chapter. Chapter 10 Qinglian Pregnant Pangu. Since you have no objection, then the matter is settled. Seeing that Wang Yi had no objection, Wang Shuchen finalized the matter of the 100 DAY mobilization meeting. Is there anything else you want to ask? If not, go to class. You are still a student now, so focus on learning. Yes. Wang Yi nodded, and then said, by the way, Principal, my grades were clearly pending just now, why did they become valid later? It was won by your head teacher for you. Wang Shuchen was taken aback, he didn't expect Wang Yi to ask this, but he thought of Li Wanlin who was fighting for reason in the monitoring room just now, and the quality inspection report sent later, he couldn't help showing a helpless smile on his face. He had already decided to give up Wang Yi at that time. It was his teacher Li Wanlin who insisted on waiting for the quality inspection report before he could judge whether Wang Yi's awakening was successful, otherwise it would be unfair to Wang Yi. It was after hearing this that he changed his decision and asked the professionals who repair the awakening machine to determine whether there is a problem with the number 5 machine as soon as possible. Result verified that everything on machine number 5 is normal and there is no failure. It proves that Wang Yi's planetary awakening is real and effective. My teacher. Wang Yi didn't know what was going on in the monitoring room, so he asked in confusion, what's wrong with him? He. Wang Shuchen shook his head and said, it's nothing wrong with him, he just had a fight with me. As a result, he won and bought you precious time. Wang Shuchen began to talk about what just happened in the monitoring room, and Wang Yi was speechless. He didn't expect that the head teacher, who was like a good old man, would fight for his name. It's touching. Any doubts? There is none left. Then get out. yes. Wang Yi took the box containing the original power, got up and left the principal's office, and walked towards the 3rd, 10, class of senior high school. Along the way, I heard a lot about him. He didn't care about these, and walked back to the class silently. Until after school, Li Wanlin's voice did not appear. No way, there are more than 50 students in the class, and only a few can go in each time they are awakened, one batch after another. Li Wanlin, as the head teacher, has to stay in the monitoring room at all times to avoid accidents. Wang Yi walked out of the classroom and followed the flow of people outside the school. He doesn't like to be in the limelight, and is very low-key along the way. When I got home, I found that my parents were not there, put down my school bag, walked into the kitchen, took a simple bite, and then walked back to my small house. Locked the door, took out the box given by Wang Shichen, took out the original power inside, and muttered to himself, with this original power, my chaotic world will evolve again. Wang Yi thought, put down the crystal ball, and took out the planet communication equipment issued by the school, which is a tool for communication between planet owners. Enter the identity information and turn on the planetary communication device. Ding ding ding. A series of prompts sounded, and 10086 plus messages appeared on the screen, which made him grin. Browsing through a few articles, they are all sent by some planetary management companies, similar to star agents, who can provide corresponding planetary resources to help him create an awakened planet. Of course, none of this comes for free. When they help you improve the planet, they will occupy a few % of the planet's resources and use it to repay their efforts. A good name and a promise are win-win cooperation. In fact, a group of vampires. Once they cooperate with them, they will try their best to provide resources for the rapid development of the planet owner in the early stage. When the planetary civilization develops to a certain level, they will reveal their capital nature and begin to exploit the planetary owner without limit. Many planet owners cooperated with them, resulting in the collapse of the planet and becoming ordinary people who are nothing. Wang Yi has a god-level evolution system, so naturally he won't cooperate with this group of vampires. However, for planet owners from ordinary families, even if they know that cooperating with the other party will be exploited, there will still be countless people cooperating with them. Because of resources. Planet Management Company has a large number of resources that planet owners need. A planetary owner who came from a poor background needs a lot of planetary resources to support the evolution of the planet into a splendid civilization. Cooperate with planetary management companies without worrying about insufficient resources. Although doing so will deprive the interests of the planet owner, it is undeniable that the planet owner has made a contribution to the evolution of this planet. Therefore, many planet owners from poor backgrounds will still choose to cooperate with planet management companies even though they know that they will be exploited. After all, they are not Wang Yi, they do not have a god-level evolution system, and they can only use external forces to complete the evolution of the planet. However, there are also messages that are not sent by the planetary management company, such as the endorsement of some real men's swimming trunks, etc., stating that the endorsement fee can be negotiated. Wang Yi was very speechless. Directly block these messages so as not to affect your emotions. Pick up the crystal ball of power of origin, use the planetary communication equipment to enter the awakening space, and a blue lotus is slowly growing. Wang Yi observed for a while, and after confirming that there was no abnormality, he used his original strength to start a new round of 1:10,000,000,000 accelerated evolution. The greater the proportion of time elapsed, the more the original power will be consumed. Wang Yi only has this original power at present, so he has to save it. Otherwise, the power of the source is consumed, and he doesn't have enough money to buy the power of the source. Then, Wang Yi acted as a bystander and silently observed from the sidelines. The chaotic world has a god-level evolution system to help evolve, so he doesn't need to worry about the planet master. He only needs to transmit the evolution thoughts of the prehistoric world to the God-level evolution system, and he doesn't need to worry about everything. Boom! About 3 minutes later, the boundless chaotic world suddenly shook, like an earthquake, and countless chaotic chi surged wildly, moving towards the 36th grade chaotic green lotus. This is... Wang Yi was shocked as he watched Chaos Qinglian crazily absorbing the energy of chaos around him, and he vaguely guessed something. Boom! In about a minute, the 36th grade chaotic green lotus grew at a speed visible to the naked eye. In the blink of an eye, it grows into a 36th grade creation green lotus with 5 leaves, 24 petals, and 5 lotus seeds in the lotus heart. Boundless breath of life emanates from the 36th grade creation green lotus, covering the entire grey and chaotic world in a moment, bringing infinite vitality to this lifeless world. 36th grade Chaos Qinglian and 36th grade Creation Qinglian seem to be 2 words different, but there is a huge difference in function. The 36th grade Chaotic Green Lotus can only be regarded as a living body of the chaotic treasure level, and it does not have the ability to breed all things. 36th grade Creation Green Lotus is different. Although its grade has not been improved, its own creation function far exceeds that of the 36th grade Chaotic Green Lotus. Although the two are at the same level, their functional attributes are quite different. In short, after the appearance of the 36th grade Creation Green Lotus, it indicates that the first creature of the chaotic world will be born. Boom! While Wang Yi was meditating, the body of the 36th grade Chuang Shikinglian shook, and the blue light shone on the entire chaotic world. The 5 faces around it exuded 5 different kinds of brilliance, responding to the light emitted by the Chuang Shikinglian. Is Pangu going to conceive? Wang Yi noticed this scene, and there was unconcealable excitement in his eyes. Ah, Pangu! The great who created the world, the leader of Chinese mythological civilization, is now about to be born. As a witness and creator, the excitement in his heart can no longer be described in words. In short, he was so excited that he didn't feel trembling all over. Hurrah! Chuang Shikinglian's lotus body was shaken again, and the chaotic air around her surged wildly, continuously gathering towards the center of the lotus heart. In the blink of an eye, a huge grey egg appeared in the center of the lotus heart, like a new lotus seed from a green lotus, with the bottom firmly embedded in the lotus heart. 36th grade Creation Green Lotus gave birth to Pangu. It's done. Seeing this scene, Wang Yi laughed. Although the giant egg has no fluctuations in the breath of life, as time goes by, the breath of life will appear soon. At that time, Pangu, born adhering to the Dao, will be born. His appearance heralds the beginning of the chaotic world. To be continued, end of this chapter.